Hi everybody, Matt with Camp House Auto Care again. April being car care month, we've been talking a lot about different things that get neglected underneath the car. The third and final thing underneath my wife's truck for undercar is going to be the front differential. Like I said in the last video, hers is a four-wheel drive, so it does have a differential in the front. There is a differential in the rear. We talked a lot about the lubrication and what it does for that differential, and we talked about viscosity of lubricants and the things that are specific to each diff. This one is specific enough to where there is a different viscosity fluid in the rear differential than in the front differential. The rear takes a full synthetic 75W90 and the front takes a standard grade 80W90 GL5 rating. Now we can go ahead and put a synthetic in there. I'm not going to, just based on the fact that I change this one all the time and that happens to be what I've got. There is a fill plug for this and a drain plug for this, so it's not going to be like when we did the rear differential and we have to sit there for an hour and a half waiting for fluid to come out of it. There's a skid plate up here based on the fact that it is a truck and it is a four-wheel drive. There's a skid plate up here that protects all these items, and I went ahead and took that down just to kind of speed this along a little bit so everybody didn't have to see me, you know, pulling this whole thing apart and whatever. I've already gone ahead and pulled the fill plug out, and then now what we'll do is we will go ahead and we will pull the drain plug. We will see what the condition of our fluid is coming out. It's funny, I didn't pre-break any of these things loose on this, and they all just keep coming right out for me, and it looks like I did it. I always wonder sometimes on TV if it's just BS when they're showing you this stuff on the car show, or if it actually comes out. Like, this hasn't been touched since the truck was brand new, and it came right out. That is supposed to be a translucent brown fluid. It is neither translucent nor brown. It looks to be a whole lot more battleship gray. And full of a whole bunch of Lord knows what. Again, it's going to be dirt and debris because the differential is ventilated. It is also going to be pieces of metal and such from the gears. Again, like we showed in our last video, we've got a magnetic drain plug that's right here, and there is metal at the end of it. So before we go ahead and put that back in, we are going to go ahead and we are going to clean that metal off just to make sure that we've got a fresh magnetic surface to work with again. So that this differential will continue to fall. I'm sorry I keep blacking my face. I know it's like talking to a rag. I'm not a TV star or a video star by any trade. I'm a car guy that's just trying to show you some stuff. All right. So that's what the plug looks like without all the metal and the gook at the end of it. It does have a gasket that's reusable. We will take a little bit of that fluid just to make sure that we've got some lubrication on that gasket. Kind of like you would do when you're doing an oil change, an oil filter. If you guys want in the comments for this, if you really want to see some more stuff like this, like oil changes and other basic maintenance service, just go ahead and drop a comment for this. And I'd be happy to make videos on whatever you guys want to really see, just to see how it's done, and maybe we could take a little bit of the mystery out of this for you. Everybody always thinks that the mechanic's trying to get them. We're not trying to get anybody. I recommend all these fluid services to everybody because this is what I know that keeps a vehicle around. Like, I'm not a new car dealer. It is not my job to help you buy some awesome vehicle that you can't afford, watch you destroy it in 60,000 miles and build another one. A vehicle is the second largest investment you're ever going to make aside from a home. I'd like to see you get 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles out of the investment and have it looking pretty the whole time. I'm going to say our differential's pretty close to done at this point. So I'm going to move this drain pan out of the way a little bit so I can get in here. We're going to go ahead and put that fill plug back in and tighten that up. If you were to look it up in the factory manual, everything has a torque spec, but when you've been doing this a while, for stuff like this, some of the drain plugs and other things, you just kind of get a feel for it. You just make sure it's tight without over tightening it. And get that in right there. All right. So now we've got all that old fluid drained out and we've got our drain plug back in. I'm going to go ahead and get my differential fluid. Be right back. All right. So one of the best parts about the automotive business is all the wonderful toys that I get to buy all the time. My wife will disagree with you, and she will tell you that she is not a fan of the toys. And that's okay, because this makes life real easy putting the differential fluid back in. If you'll notice in the new fluid that's moving up this tube, it's a nice translucent brown color. What it should look like versus that interesting battleship gray liquid that we drained out. Oh. Whoop. Sorry I keep dropping out of this. I gotta make sure I got the right leverage to get this fluid squeezed in. And again, like all the other services that we've been doing, we're going to go ahead and fill this up till it starts to drip out. Oh, we're getting close. I think we're getting close. All right, looks like I'm gonna need just a little bit more. I think it's okay. All right. And of course, because we do all these things in real life and in real time, I don't have another quart because it was only supposed to take the 2, so I gotta go get another one. I'll be right back. So I was kind of prepared. I had it over by my toolbox, but it's about a half quart there. I think we're going to be okay with just the other half a quart. I think we're just going to go from there. So let's go back under the truck and finish it up. And there's my fill plug. Get this one back in there. Yes.
There's a lady on the phone that wants to talk to you.
Okay, I'll be with her in a minute. All right, so there we go. Just that little extra half a quart. Just running out just like that. Just like we did on the other diffs. And we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna put that back in. And we're going to get that cleaned up. And again, good to go for another 30,000 miles. We focus on this stuff because it's April and it's car care month. Really and truly, we should focus on it every month out of the year. But I'll take this opportunity in this time to be able to teach you guys about this so that you will be car care aware. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day and we'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you.